All right, so Capricorn, we have this full moon happening for you in your first house. The ruler of this full moon is in your fourth, and Mars in Virgo is in your ninth. Capricorn, this full moon, I think, is a lot about you finding new community and expanding outside of your comfort zone in that way. With Saturn being in Aries in your fourth, Saturn and Neptune being in your fourth has been a lot of you wanting to stay in the house, and so both of those planets are going to be going retrograde really soon, like in the next 2 days. I think Saturn is going retrograde, and so we are seeing, but Neptune is going to go retrograde prior to that, if it's not already. I have to double check, but the point is that will make it a whole lot easier for you to want to go outside. The ninth house can be about long distance travel, it can be about legal paperwork and settlements, it can be about higher learning as well. And when we're talking about the full moon being in your first house, it can be some sort of completion of you learning something new, or kind of like that aha or eureka moment that you have. Mostly, I think this is just about you expanding your actual network. And you can do that through classes or some sort of learning or celebration in general. Mostly when I think about classes that you might be taking, it's something that involves the hands, and it doesn't have to be technical. It can be very much creative. Virgo itself is creative, or you could think of Virgo as being something health related. So it could be fitness classes and expanding outside of your norm when it comes to fitness classes. This could be signing up for gym memberships and taking new kinds of classes, or it could be I think about fine motor skills when I think about Virgo and Mercury, and so it could be those beading bead classes. I don't know what to call those. Aquarius, we have this full moon for you happening in your 12th house. We have the ruler of this full moon in your third, and we have Mars in Virgo in your 8th. All right, so we've got some big changes coming up. I'm wondering if some of you are moving or thinking about moving. We have, of course, the ruler of this full moon in your third, and so you might feel like it's actually more of a reflective time, rather than actually doing the thing right now. Not surprising with Mercury retrograde coming up, but when we're talking about Saturn being in the third, it's a lot of you finding how to use your voice, or it can be a lot of working with your hands creatively, even when we're talking about the 12th house being involved. But either way, this is a lot of mental stuff that's happening here. And so I'm wondering if work is just a lot of pressure at this time, and you're needing some time to kind of mentally de-stress, or needing to process something with either a therapist or a trusted sibling, family member, friend, all that. Because at the root of this, the 12th house, 8th house, and the 3rd house are all going to be in some way, shape, or form about letting something go through communication, letting go of the mental stress through verbalizing it, and therefore creating closure, 8th house, and being able to move past it. Last but not least, we have Pisces. This full moon for you is happening in your 11th house. We have the ruler of this full moon in your 2nd house, and Mars in Virgo in your 7th house. So Pisces, where is your support system at? Your 2nd house is your confidence and your values, as well as the money that you have. And then we have the full moon, of course, primarily where all that energy is being localized. That's all going to be in your 11th house, and so it's about friends, long-term goals and achievements, wishes, as well as your community. And 7th house has a lot to do with your relationships in those communities, and so I think you're looking for what relationships back up the values that you have those values taken some sort of change or turn, and you're finding community that you really vibe with in that way. You could also be asking for assistance from your community as well. The 11th house can be allies. The 2nd house is where we can find assistance, especially if it's financial. So think accountants and things like that, or people that are just more savvy when it comes to money matters. With the 7th house, it's literally signing paperwork, as well as open enemies and just relationships in general. So that is where I'm getting where's your support system at, regardless of if it's financial or not. Does it have to do with your resources, whether it's energetic, food, just your stuff? Where is that that support system at. You are raising up the relationships that have been really supportive and have been pivotal in you achieving those goals, and you're letting go of the ones that just are outdated. But that is all the horoscopes I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a happy full moon in Capricorn. Rest if you need to. This one is a little bit heavy. And so other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.